Okay, K6WLT back with you. This is the power supply for the ALS-600 amplifier. I wasn't going to do any video on the LED light modification on the power supply because the amplifier is exactly the same with a cartridge, and there's a cartridge on the top of this meter here. I'll show you. It's underneath in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Problem is we got this cover on the top. Now I've removed this cover before, but this time I had a little bit of a struggle, and the reason is these little pillars here. Okay, they screw on the top. This top plate screws on with these normal screws. The problem is that the bottom of the pillar are the same screws, and you could loosen the entire thing by accident. And it's a pain in the butt to try to reach in there. You're gonna have to take this cover off, or at least take it part of the way off, because look at this, it's kind of stuck with all these wires. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it part of the way out. I'm going to pull the light, which is really a pull kind instead of a top slide-in type, and do the mod. So if I run into any further issues like I did with this top, by the way, this pillar here, I don't know if you can see this pillar where the top screws onto it. There's another screw exactly like it on the bottom. And so it's connected screwed into the bottom, screwed into the top, and then the pillar stands up this whole thing. Make sure that the bottom is nice and tight before you start tweaking on the top. Otherwise, the whole thing comes loose. Alrighty, so if I run into any other issues with the power supply and the light, I will bring it back and show you guys what the issue is and how I solved it, so that when you start on this project, you could just get it done without struggling for an hour on something that I've figured out. But I don't think any other problems are going to happen. I think this is just about it. And this is nothing. This is not a big deal. I also noticed that the power supply soldering and the way the components are put in are a lot nicer than in the amp. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a different department. But anyways, I'll bring this back if there's any other issues, and I will show you the final video with both lights on. Okay.